say the leverage or leverage has got a wider meaning. The background of this topic should be understood in a very clear aspect so that upon application you should really feel that you have learned something. This is applicable for every topic, but the one that we would be taking up has got a greater emphasis on the basics, understanding of the subject. Since the term leverage has got different meanings, possibly people will be in a position to solve problems, but will not be in a position to visualize practically what is this leverage. So therefore I wanted to give a totally a different opinion about this topic. The term leverage should be understood in a particular way is what my mind is telling, not the way in which the textbooks carry the topic. Leverage stands for advantage. This is the first thing that I want to tell. This is, you don't find it in any textbook. This is my view, which I hold as 100% correct. I just normally talk to my dad with a lot of freedom, though I have a lot of respects. Things which I cannot talk, my son used to talk to my dad very freely. Because grandfather and grandson will have better equation than dad and son. That is because of the advantage that they carry, because of the leverage they carry. Dad and son relationship is that of, I would feel, friendly. In some places it could be formal only. You can't be friendly in all occasions. Friendly in some occasions and formal in certain occasions. How I have just a feeling is that how I moved with my grandparents, especially my grandmom. It's out and out 100% friendship only. What between two friends in a classroom I used to discuss. What amongst the friends they will be learning many things in life. I learned it from my grandmom, and she was half blind. Whenever she is replying, she will ask me to check whether people are there nearby. And the advantage that we carry in the relationship is what I would consider as the leverage. The leverage is advantage only. Why it has got some relevance for this is that I used to tell my dad, why is that he had not entered politics and become chief minister, so that I would have become deputy chief minister. So, deputy chief minister you can become because he is the son of the chief minister. He is not having special qualities and all that. You don't find him as having a special qualities. For that post, it is the only advantage that he had is that he is the son of the chief minister. He had become deputy chief minister because he had the leverage. He can tell my dad, tell the dad, otherwise he will shoot you. Either on account of force or on account of love. Whatever may be the route, but he is taking advantage of that. The leverage of that person that he had become deputy chief minister is because of that. Leverage. Leverage means advantage only. Similarly, an entity will have certain advantage in their operations, in their way of getting the finance. You all know that operating, investing and financing are the three activities on which they are, there is an entity will be entering into. Here I would just put it this way. It is operating. Next one, financing. Not investing. This is total or combined. So we will call that as operating leverage or degree of operating leverage. We will call that as financing. There is financial leverage or degree of financial leverage. We'll call that as total leverage or degree of total leverage or combined leverage or degree of combined leverage. What is the advantage that we will be deriving? So when we say leverage, from now on, at every time when I use leverage, you can use the term advantage. Operating advantage, financial advantage, total advantage or combined advantage. What is that you have as an advantage? In the cost structure itself, you have variable cost and fixed cost. The presence of fixed cost is definitely an advantage to an entity, because as the level is going up, the fixed cost would remain the same, and whatever contribution that they make will automatically flow as profit. So fixed cost is definitely an advantage to an entity. So that is what we will be discussing in the case of operating leverage. In the case of financial leverage, we will be talking about the advantage of fixed financial cost. What could be a fixed financial cost? Debenture interest, preference dividend, are the two items of financial cost which will remain static at whatever levels at which you operate. Taking into account the presence of operating fixed cost and financial fixed cost is the one that we will be taking up under total leverage or combined leverage. Are you understanding, all of you? So, your operating leverage should be as low as possible. Benchmarking is as low as possible. So, for that, let us just know about the formula. It is contribution divided by profit before interest and taxation. The difference between the two is nothing but operating fixed cost, because profit before interest and taxation is nothing but contribution minus operating fixed cost. Correct? So why this topic leverage is started is that last class in which we have completed marginal costing. So without marginal costing we can't enter into leverage topic. That is the reason as why we have just gone to marginal costing and taken up this topic. So contribution divided by operating fixed cost. So if your contribution is going up, your profit will also be going up. So because operating fixed cost will be a static figure, so this is what you call it out as contribution divided by profit before interest and taxation. Remember, in marginal costing topic we had a margin of safety in percentage, for which we had a formula as profit divided by contribution, whereas in this case contribution divided by profit. Correct? So your margin of safety should be as high as possible because profitability will be more. The inverse of margin of safety is operating leverage. Therefore, operating leverage should be low. When operating leverage is low, margin of safety will be more. Break-even point you get at early point of time. That is the reason as why operating leverage should be low. Are you understanding, all of you? So benchmarking is over. Then, or you can put it out as delta percentage change in PBIT divided by percentage change in sales. There is a formula that you have for the same subject matter. Correct? All of you, are you understanding? So this formula is similar to that of your PV ratio. What is that? Change in profit divided by change in sales. Here it is not change in profit divided by change in sales. It is percentage change in PBIT divided by percentage change in sales. Are you understanding, all of you? So financial leverage, where the problem can be classified into two, where there is no preference dividend, where there is preference dividend, because the formula will be different. In this particular case, where there is no preference dividend, if you have seen the numerator and denominator, the one thing which is absent in the denominator is the operating fixed cost. Same is the way it is profit before interest and taxation divided by profit before taxation. The one item that is missing between numerator and denominator is the interest. Whereas in this case, profit before interest and taxation divided by profit before taxation minus preference dividend divided by 1 minus taxation, post tax. I will just explain this formula a little later. Okay. Okay. So, this is what you just find as a formula. So, our financial leverage has got a different sort of formula. There is percentage change in PAT or PBT or EPS. The whole divided by, or it is not whole divided by, either of the numerator can be taken up, divided by percentage change in PBIT. Then, in the case of, and it should always be high. It should be always high. So, it should always be low. And your total will obviously be moderate, because operating leverage into financial leverage is equal to total leverage or combined leverage. The formula is contribution divided by profit before taxation, or contribution divided by profit before taxation minus preference dividend divided by 1 minus post taxation, or percentage change in EPS or PAT or PBT, the whole divided by percentage change in sales. That's all. So, the introduction of operating leverage, I told you, the presence of financial fixed cost to the advantage of the company, that also we have just taken up. And all these are to be taken up in a very, what should I say, coordinated way. Come on. So it is all a study about taking advantage of the presence of fixed operating cost, fixed financial cost, and fixed total cost. It is a study of advantage only. So it is also once again a cause and effect study only. Okay. So it is a very simple topic, and for the logic behind as why it should be low, I have conveyed. The logic for high, I have not conveyed it. But I can prove through the introduction topic that we have made in financial management class. Remember, I was just referring about F1, F2, F3. Remember? In this, I can tell F1, F2, F3. Which of the three, which one of the three you will select is what I asked. Do you remember? Which one is to be selected? F1 or F2 or F3? F1 is to be selected. Why F1 is to be selected? Because return on capital, return on investment, return on equity will be highest. So, if you are asked to work out the financial leverage for this based on the formula, what is the formula for financial leverage? Profit before interest and taxation divided by interest. So, for the first one, it is 1.60. How come? 1600 divided by 1000 equal to that. Then 1600 divided by 1200. How much is that? 1.33. 1600 divided by 1400. 1.14. So, you have already taken a decision that this is the best. Correct? No. Financial leverage should be very high. Are you understanding, all of you? So, therefore, for low also I have proved. For high also we have already got an example to prove. And therefore, low and high when you multiply, what will happen to the product? Product will be moderate only. Isn't it? So, you have hot water, you have cold water. The result is going to be warm water only. So, low ratio into high ratio should give you moderate only. Are you understanding? So, therefore, this also we have proved. This also we have just proved. Are you understanding this particular thing? Okay, good. Shall we just operate in a problem? Problem number 1. What is the page number? Page number 137. Come on. Ganeshwari.
The following figures relate to two companies, extracted and mining, at sales 1000 lakhs and 2000 lakhs, PV ratio 60%, 70%, fixed cost 300 lakhs, 800 lakhs, interest 100 lakhs and 200 lakhs. Comment on the relative risk position of two companies.
See, we are having two companies, X Limited and Y Limited. They are asking us to comment on the risk position of the two companies. Companies which are having low operating leverage and high financial leverage. It's a good ideal combination. Correct. The other combinations are to be worked out. I mean, we have got to visualize. Operating leverage, financial leverage. So, combination 1, 2, 3 and 4. How is that I know that there are only 4 combinations? 2 to the power 2. So, 2 items only, operating and financing. Low and low, low and high, high and low, high and high. So, result. What is the type of industry that you are looking for? Low and low. Low operating leverage is good, but low financial leverage is bad. Why it is bad? Remember that example F1, F2 and F3. Companies which are having low operating leverage is expected to have high financial leverage. Companies which are having low financial leverage, they are having fear for borrowing. Say, person who is having good earning should not have fear for borrowing, because he has got a fear for borrowing as whether they will be in a position to service the interest and principal and all that. Why he should have the fear? He has got all the protection. What is that all the protection? All the protection in the form of low operating leverage. Company is earning good. When they borrow money and employ that in the business, so their own investments they can put it in some other company. Instead of diversifying all that money they are employing in the same line of business, and because they have a fear that they will not be in a position to repay the loan and all that. They need not have the fear because the company is doing very good. So why this Ambanis and all that are growing? They put bankers' money, they generate a good amount of profit. To the banker they pay only fixed financial cost. The remaining amount is theirs. Are you understanding? So, an ideal debt-equity ratio they got adopt. Whereas in this particular case, company is conservative company. Are you understanding? Next one, ideal company. Because this is what we wanted, no? Low and high. High and low. Company which is having high operating leverage is having high operating fixed cost and their profitability is low. That is the reason as why they have chosen to have low financial leverage. This is ideal positive. This is ideal negative. Why ideal negative? This is also ideal. You can't say that this company's choice of having low financial leverage should be condemned. Not like that. Because they are having very poor operating leverage. That being a very high operating leverage would mean very high operating fixed cost they are having. So, to have this profit, their break-even point is very high and the chances of getting profit is very low. Therefore, they are not going for borrowing. Are you understanding all of it? So, therefore, it is also ideal, but negative. So, you will say that jogging is very good. For whom? Those who are very young. So, for a person who is 70, you just go for jogging means, so small slip would mean you will be falling. So, therefore, you should not recommend for that person you have to do a different sort of exercise. You should walk. Some people just do. Exceptions are there. At the age of 90, they are going for marathon and all that. Just because one person is going, can you just say all 90-year-old person should go there? So, what is ideal for them to suit their particular conditions, they have to recommend. So, it is ideal only. So, why it is high operating fixed cost, how to reduce, that is a different issue. If it is like that, you have to do like this way. So, high operating leverage, high financial leverage, the person who is getting his break-even point at a very high percentage, the chances of making profit is very less. Company is going in for heavy debt financing. What is the sort of company it is? Can you just comment? Comment. Don't sit idle. Huh? What is that? Aggressive. Who said aggressive? Aggressive is always good, no? Companies who is having profitability is very dim. Company is going in for heavy borrowing. What is future? You should have a project to repay. So you have borrowed only for the by taking the profit from the existing project. What is this sort of company? Huh? Risk taking, it is risky. This is risk taking. This is a person who is not earning income, he is spending as if he is having, he is a, what should I say, grandson of Ambani. For going to Tiruchi, Pondicherry and all that he is going only by flight. What is his earning? Zero. How he is spending? He is borrowing and spending. How is it he will repay? That I don't know. Correct? No. That is a sort of risky. Next one. Combination. Are you clear? Now, we understand that sales figure is 1000 and 2000. PV ratio 60-70. Fixed cost fixed cost is 300 and 800. Interest is 200 and 100 and 200. Question number 1. What is the page number? 137. Just watch out all of you. It's a very simple work only. Sales. Thousand and 2000. PV ratio 60%, 70%. Contribution 600 and 1400. Fixed cost 300 and 800. Profit 300 and 600, interest 100 and 200. So profit before taxation 200 and 400. Correct. Then take up operating leverage equal to contribution divided by profit. 600 divided by 300. 1400 divided by 600. This is 2. This is 2.33. Financial leverage. Profit before interest and taxation divided by profit before taxation. PBIT. 300 divided by 200. 600 divided by 400. 1.5, 1.5. Combined leverage is equal to contribution divided by PBT. 600 divided by 200. 1400 divided by 400. 3. 3.5. Now, of the two, which one you would consider as position of relative riskiness? So now I will put it this way, rank number 1 and 2. Why? Because of operating leverage of X is lower than operating leverage of Y. So, therefore, type of company is less risky, more risky. Is that clear? Oh. You படிச்சது இல்லையா அதுல? அது CAPM. இது capital structure. This is only one class topic. Is that over? Problem number 2. Ramesh.
Consider the following information for
question number 2, page number 138. So the question is all about percentage change in EPS. Your sales increased by 5%. Looking into the formula for EPS and the sales, then what is the formula that we are going to invoke? Look into that formula that we are going to invoke. Is it operating or is it financial or is it combined? Combined. So, just even by going through the formula you can decide for the first few problems. Thereafter you should not be looking into that. So, we understand profit before or earnings before interest and taxation as 1120 with profit before taxation as 320. Financial leverage is equal to 1120 divided by 320. So, how much it comes to? 3.50. Then, in the case of combined leverage, actually combined leverage straight away we should have worked. I think we have just done a mistake. So straight away we will operate that way. Profit, that being profit before interest and taxation is 1120. Fixed cost 700. Contribution 1820. Then profit before taxation 320. So combined leverage or total leverage is equal to contribution divided by profit before taxation is 1820 divided by 320. 1820 divided by 320. So, which is equal to 5.6875. Correct? The formula, the other formula is percentage change in EPS divided by percentage change in sales equal to combined leverage. So, that being 5.6875 equal to percentage change in EPS divided by percentage change in EPS is 5%. So, percentage change in EPS is equal to 28.4375, or I will put it this as 5. என்ன நண்பன் விஜயா? Then question number 3, page number 138. No, complete and take no. Yes.
For exhibited the following data is available. EBIT 200, contribution 400, interest 100. If company's sales are expected to decline by 5%, determine the percentage change in EPS.
Same formula only that we are got to use. So, in this particular case, percentage change in EPS they want. See, even in the last case also the same thing. So, you know, the numbers are different. Full formula is application is going to be same only. So, just see, copy, paste only. So, it is going to be question number 3, page number 138. 200. Contribution is how much? 400. Therefore, fixed cost will be balance 200. Then, interest they have mentioned it out as interest is going to be 100. Then profit before taxation should be another 100. How come? 200 minus 100. So, contribution by profit before taxation is 400 divided by 100, which is equal to 4. So, what is the percentage of change in sales? 5%. So, answer is 20. In fact, this fixed cost itself is not required. Correct? No. Are you clear? Then question number 4, page number 138.
The following data is available for XYZ Limited. Sales, variable cost 30%, contribution, fixed cost, EPIT, interest, and profit before tax. Find out using the concept of financial leverage by what percentage will taxable income increase if EBIT increases by 6%. Using the concept of operating leverage, by what percentage will EBIT increase if there is a 10% increase in sales. Using the concept of leverage, by what percentage the taxable income increase if the sales increases by 6%? Also, will be result in zero.
Okay. So question number 4, page number 138. Just watch out as how we proceed. Using the concept of financial leverage, they are asking what is the extent taxable income will increase if EBIT is increasing by 6%. So, you all know that financial leverage formula is percentage change in PBT divided by percentage change in PBIT. You also have another formula, profit before interest and taxation divided by profit before taxation. So by going through the formula, we understand profit before interest and taxation is 40,000 and this being 35,000, which comes to 1.1429. Correct? So putting that in this particular formula, I mean 1.1429 equal to percentage change in PBT divided by percentage change in that being 6. So percentage change in PBT is equal to 6 into 1.1429. That comes to 6.8575 approximately. First part of the question over. Correct? Second one, using the concept of operating leverage, what percentage will EBIT increase if there is 10% increase in sales? 2. Using the concept of operating leverage. Operating leverage is equal to contribution divided by profit before interest and taxation, or percentage change in profit before interest and taxation divided by percentage change in sales. Operating leverage is equal to contribution lakh and 40,000 divided by PBIT 40,000. Operating leverage is equal to 3.5. So, putting aside that 3.5 equal to percentage change in PBIT divided by percentage change in sales 10. So, therefore, percentage change in PBIT is going to be 35%. Are you understanding? Third, concept of combined leverage. Using the concept of combined leverage, leverage by what percentage taxable income will increase? Combined leverage is equal to contribution divided by PBT, or percentage change in PBT divided by percentage change in sales. Contribution of lakh and 40,000 divided by 35,000, that is equal to 4. That 4 is equal to percentage change in PBT divided by percentage change in sales being 6. So percentage change in PBT is equal to 24. Are you understanding all of you? Make note. Is it over? Question number 5, page number 138. Whose turn?